Welcome to numerologist.com. My name is Vannessa. I'm from Beyond Your Sun Sign. This is your weekly tarot reading for January 17th to January 24th. Let's get started. Okay, so as always, I want to take a deep breath in and exhale. Now think of a number between 1 and 3. 1, 2, or 3. All right. Did you choose card number 1? Because it's quite a bit, right? So get your tea, pause this, come back, get your tea, get ready. The first card is face down. So something that's blocked within your subconscious that you don't necessarily want to see. You got to move on. MoveOn.com. Move on. Get over it. Build a bridge. Get over it. Like, it's very easy for me to say that, but you have to actually do it. Do the work. Move on. Get over it. I'm sorry to be that blunt, but it's time, okay? You've already done your due diligence when it comes to investing the emotional energy into this situation. Yeah, of course it hurt, 100%, but it is time now to move on, because two emotional energies, two people, two situations require you to move on. You're only working at like 30% right now. They need you at least 70, right? Give them the 70%, move on. They've earned it. They deserve it more than what you're not moving on from, right? What is on top of that? So that's what you're not recognizing, but consciously what it's showing up as is a shift within your partnership when it comes to money and the powerlessness you feel surrounding that money, that power, that greed, that hoarding. So this is all what it looks like on the surface, where it's like, okay, well, there's been some movement and some positivity and some shifts within my relationships. However, I'm still feeling really like I got to hoard my power because I'm so powerless when it comes to the shift with this relationship. This is all on the surface, but what it's really about is the fact that you haven't moved on. So why on earth would this relationship give you any power when you're giving them 30%? It's not an equal energy exchange. It's not equal. Okay, move on, please. If you don't know how, or if you like, see, and that's the thing, people will be like, well, it's been so long, I'm over it. If you think about it, if you talk about it, does your throat swell up a little bit? Do you get that lump? Do you feel like maybe you could cry? Does it enact any feeling in you whatsoever? The true sign of actually moving on is being able to still talk about it without having an emotional response. So even if it's, I'm over it, you know what I mean? That's still an anger. So you're clearly not over it. Can you talk about it openly as if it's an experience? Do you completely ignore it? You know, does it, when you do talk about it, does it spiral you? Does it bring out anger in other people? Oh yeah, I had one of those, you know? What are you doing when it comes to this energy? Best way to release it, write the letter, you know, just start writing. Dear self, I need to move on from, let it flow, burn it, flush it down the toilet. It's the simplest thing. And that's where I'm always like pushing it. Just write the letter, write, burn, flush down the toilet, because you're not over it, or else you wouldn't have chose card number 1, right? All right, speaking of cards, card number 2, another face down energy, something that is blocked within your subconscious. We have the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight of Pentacles, as you can see, is a young earth sign. This person is focused on the future. That's why they're looking to the right, but their future has to have some sort of stability, not just security when it comes to finances, but also stability within the road that they're walking on. Like, as you can see in the back here, like it's this red dirt, right? So dirt is all about our foundation, right? Dirt turns into cement, which turns into, like now I'm turning into like a construction worker, but it turns into cement, which when you think about mud, when you think about cement, when you think about bricks, when you think about all of that, it's our foundation, right? It's what we're living in. It's our sense of security. So this young earth sign needs you to start planning for their security, put some growth down, put some, plant some seeds for their future, even if it's something very small now. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with that first step. So it is time to start planning for their future, because they are going to need it, right? So it's one of those things that in 10, 15 years when you're like, oh, here's this that I was collecting for you. And they'll be like, wow, how did you know? And it's like, well, you're special. And I sense that you needed that security. So now I just one day at a time created that security for you. All right, if you chose cards number 3, we have the 2 of Swords and the Empress card. The Empress card terrifies me because for my readings, it tends to be pregnancy, but it really is about getting pregnant with something that you will then birth into the world, right? So the 2 of Swords is saying, time to make a decision when it comes to a relationship, when it comes to a partnership. It's time to actively in your mind say, this is what I'm doing. It's been a hard past. It's been tumultuous. It's been rocky. It's been emotional. So I'm now making this decision about a relationship. And what that does is it allows you to get impregnated with something new, right? It takes 2 to create, right? You can artificially inseminate, but it's still requiring that technician. It always takes at least one more person to create. So you need to create the space to create the space by making that decision about a partnership so that you can then get impregnated with something else that you can give birth to. All right. So as always, if you would like a personalized reading, you can reach out to me. I'm on Instagram at Beyond Your Sun Sign, or you can find me through email, beyondyoursunsign@gmail.com. Love you guys so much. I'll see you next week. Bye.